It appears that the leaders of the XRP community and the cryptocurrency community are misinformed about one another. XRP is a topic of debate between Beyond Broke and the Black Swan Capitalist Brothers. Is it possible to pay for it using gold? In addition to discussing the current situation, I'll share with you David Schwarz's top 10 XRP myths, what you need to know. Let's get it. To put it another way, correcting the record. Jake Claver is quite impoverished. I want to directly respond to what you stated in your most recent video explaining how XRP is backed by gold. As you mentioned, my brother and I said that. Even though you didn't mention our names, it was obvious when you mentioned us the second time. Therefore, I think it is just that we clarify and correct it for the record. First of all, neither of us has ever stated or asserted that XRP and gold are related. Nevertheless, we have considered it, but we have never previously stated that in public or privately. Like many others in the room, including those you work with, we investigated and speculated regarding a few concepts that were favored during the time. When David Schwarz, the CCTO of Ripple, initially discussed XRP, he compared it to digital currency that could be delivered anywhere. This analogy stood out when discussing XRP's function at the central bank level in cross-border payments. However, the study we conducted served as the foundation for what we said. It made logical to think that way. We even stated that, should they emerge, XRP would be linked to a stable coin on the XRP record. This is true regardless of whether the stable coin is linked to fiat money, gold, or other commodities. Making it simple for these tokens to exchange with one another is XRP's mission. This indicates that its worth is determined by the assets sold along the chain rather than being backed by gold. At that time, XRP and other real-world assets that are made public on the XRP record, have a structural connection. We've discussed this a lot. In terms of technology, this is not just feasible but highly probable. This is particularly relevant given that XRP is continuously evolving into a platform for tokenized goods and stable currency. The goal of XRP is to become a go-back coin. When you consider it, XRP is similar to a bridge asset. It is situated inside a larger network of tokenized value that include commodities such as gold. Without having direct support, this provides its structural structure and makes it known. We are a small number of people that didn't simply accept all that was said, to put it simply. To be honest, when additional information regarding what we had written surfaced, we publicly altered our thoughts. At the institutional level, we also stayed abreast of technological advancements. In numerous blog entries, movies, and live conversations with actual people, we made it very apparent. According to them, XRP will not be associated with gold. Stable coinage will undoubtedly travel there, and that in and of itself is significant. We believe that everything we say and do is supported by facts rather than conjecture. As I already stated, it is about facts and reality, not views. In 2021, the World Bank released a report titled EMDES and Digital Currency. The first people to write on it were us. This study identified Ripple and Stellar infrastructure as components of a stablecoin paradigm designed to support the stability of markets and economies in developing nations. Even that research discussed how to make money more secure in areas where currency fluctuations are common by substituting gold-pegged stable coins for XRP. We failed to consider that. Documents released by the World Bank and the IMF provide that information. They are in command. This division was then backed by Ripple's own regulatory reports and strategy positioning over time. The purpose of XRP is to serve as a neutral-based currency for real-time cash and value transfers. However, stable coins that are backed by gold are designed to preserve and fix the value of money. When it comes to the construction of the new banking system, these two positions are completely different. Before it was cool to do so, we looked at that extremely closely for a long time. People have been using our study, passing it off as their own, and giving it great grades for a few years now. That's the reason I'm speaking about this so bluntly and angrily. When we prepared for these discussions, some of the individuals who are currently reproducing our findings in a different manner weren't present. Without acknowledging the original author, you and a few members of your team have altered the source. You can make your opinions seem more intelligent than ours by using our words in the past. Please provide more context when you claim that people shouldn't listen to those who lack expertise. Before you arrived, we worked on the project for a while. All of this indicates that these directors are at odds and that there is drama. Let's get this done. We haven't discussed news articles or used other people's words, I believe. We examine technical studies, legislation and regulations, and we constantly monitor the evolution of the public records. Many of the insights that we have seen are just reposted material from films, discussions, and breakdowns that we have previously made public and supported by data and timestamps. To be clear, we do not desire credit. All we ask is that you do it correctly. If you use our names and then make false claims about what we've said or done, people should expect a thorough and truthful response in this delicate area. Here is an illustration of their circumstances that displays all of their employment and times over time. Thus, David Schwarz presented these 10 myths and misconceptions around XRP that have been proven to be untrue. XRP has nothing to do with silver, gold, or anything else. It would be ineffective to ask someone to determine the price, but there isn't really any reason why they couldn't attempt. Additionally, XRP cannot simply turn into a safe coin. Not all stable coins constructed on top of XRP are indeed XRP. The XRP need power to function. Only XRP IRS are pisasos. If you don't pay, it's only an IOU. ISO 2022 has nothing to do with XRP. XRP is not required to use the inside ledger. The XRP system will not allow any amount of money to pass through. Your XRP will not be repurchased by the US government. Finally, it should be noted that Ripple is completely different from the XRP library. To return to the original point, I believe that everyone's opinions evolve with time. Additionally, it indicates that you hear the same individual too frequently if your thoughts remain the same. Until you get to the core of anything, you must consider, question, and rethink things. Versant and I have had multiple conversations. I must say, this guy is a true gentleman. He is extremely intelligent, well-informed, and bright. He is able to simplify many of the technical terms used by the World Bank, the IMF, and blockchains for those who are unfamiliar with them. Despite being impoverished, Jake is a fascinating, intelligent, and well-connected individual. This appears to be a straightforward instance of incorrect interpretation. Apart from that, everyone aspires to succeed as an artist. Furthermore, I think that if we start hurling objects at one another and hitting each other in the back, we will lose sight of our primary objective. We want to let others know about something significant. In the cryptocurrency world, I eat, breathe, and sleep XRP if Versailles or Jake's life are any indication. So do these professionals. It's also helpful to remember that your ideas will evolve with time. At any time. If you can give a reason for your change of heart, they do. That would be fantastic. I adore the fact that you are aware of this, and this regarding personal development. This minor altercation between these two groups ought to be resolved shortly. However, it appears that everyone is curious about what's new and what will happen. We can now be certain that XRP is not supported by gold in any way. However, it appears that stablecoins will be, and the XRP record may soon reflect that. Everything is getting very thrilling. To show you more, they connected all of this to a 3-minute film. You should go if you don't want to see the show. I hope all is okay with you. To provide you with further details, I'll play this. According to the World Bank, the core of safe coins is the Stellar and Ripple networks. I will be able to show you the paper shortly. Very much we investigated the bank for foreign settlements. 2 types of money